Back, you guys, to another Bloodlines video, and today we will be doing part 2 of my Gultung character review. Today we will be going over the female Gultung for you. So as always, thank you guys so much for coming back to join me, and let's go ahead and get on into her. So with this, we are going to go ahead and start with her skills for you. And again, the passive skill is always going to be on the right hand side, your active skill is on the left, and ultimate is in the middle. And I'll go ahead and read them again for you as well. So normal attacks drain the target's energy by 74 points. If the target is marked by the lichen, the energy drained by normal attacks is increased by 46%. So with this one, as long as you have this one leveled up for every normal attack that she does, so all of her attacks will reduce her target's energy rate, which means they're less likely to get to their ultimate, or they will get there less quickly at least. So this is a good one to have leveled up. That way she takes away more for every hit that she does on them. So go ahead and get that one leveled up. And let's go ahead and go over to her active skill for you. I'm going to read this one again as well. Hurls javelins at enemies in a pie-shaped area in front of the champion, dealing damage equal to 421% of her strength, consuming 200 energy. Also inflicts an energy mark on the target that expires in 8 seconds. When the marked target is killed, the lichen gains 100 energy. So this will be a area attack. She targets multiple people with this one, and this goes based off her strength. So you want to level this one up so she does more damage based on her strength, which means you also want to go ahead and make sure you level up her strength as well, so that percentage will go based off of a higher amount of strength. So this does consume quite a bit of her energy, which does back her away from getting her ultimate. However, based on that second part there, as long as one of the targets she hit, along with the targets she marked within that area, once they die, she does gain 100 energy back. So the more people she targets with this, the more energy she'll get back when this finishes, which is great as well. Go ahead and move on over to her ultimate for you guys. So this one, she hurls a javelin at each of her enemies, dealing damage equal to 418% of her strength, and also additional damage based on the target's current energy. So that first part alone is one of the main reasons you want to go ahead and level this one up for you. Again, relying off her strength, so level up her strength so that will go based off of more, and then level this one up so that percentage is a lot higher as well for you. Also, additional damage based on the target's current energy. So her current target's energy level will also give you additional damage. If it's at 15 out of 100, that's another 15 on your damage. And then the last sentence on this one. For each 1% less energy the target loses, damage is increased by 0.54%. So this one is kind of cool because this one goes based on the lower amount. So let's say your bar is a 0 out of 100. If they only have 10 out of that 100, the other 90% that they do not have is what that is going to be multiplied by in order to give you more damage. So the other 90% multiplied by 0.54 will be your extra damage for that last sentence. Let's go ahead and move on over to her traits. So just as before, it is their clan trait will be steadfast. So this is always going to be on both of them. Again, when taking skill damage, gains a shield that absorbs damage equal to 412% of the champion's strength. Cooldown is 6 seconds. So that's always going to be there for them. That one is the same as the male Gultung. They gain a shield and it absorbs damage. This will help keep them alive longer, helps them with their survivability. So on my female Gultung, this is my setup for you. These are the traits that I run on her. I think these work best. However, one of the traits in this lineup, Tenacious right here for you, that fourth one in, this is not going to stay on her. I don't keep this one on her. I'm trying to switch that out for a different one, which is Focused, so you can ignore that one. I'll still read it and go over it, but it's not one that's going to stay. So we're going to start with the ones that are. So Energetic. This is her Constitution, which is her HP, so her health for you will be increased by 45%. I think this is a good one to have because, again, she is a squishier character, so she doesn't have a whole lot of health and defense. Even though she puts out a lot of damage, she's not very well at taking it. So upping her survivability is a really good counter to that to help her survive longer. This is a good way to do it. And then with Agile, her attack speed is increased by 30%. So she's going to attack more often, which is great because on her skills, her normal attacks reduce the enemy's energy. So having her do more attacks means we're draining more energy from her enemies, which is great to do. So having Agile on her will help her with that. We'll go ahead and move to Brutal, which is my last skill that I am keeping on her. This is her strength. This is increased by 45%. Again, another one I think you should have on her because a lot of her skills go based off of her strength. So you want to up her strength. That way they deal out more damage. And then up her skills so the percentage of what damage is being dealt is multiplied more. And I'll go ahead, like I said, I'm not keeping Tenacious on here, but I will go ahead and read it for you anyway. So when the battle starts, gains an additional shield that lasts for 10 seconds, absorbing damage equal to 231% of their strength. It's not necessarily a bad skill. I just don't think it's a skill that I want on her. It doesn't work great on her for the current build that I'm trying to use her for, which is a primary DPS damage, per second for her. So we will be taking Tenacious off in order to put Focused on her. And Focus will be for her own energy to help her get closer to her ultimate. And that basically gives her, at the very start of her turn, an energy gain rate right out the gate. So she automatically has more energy coming in as soon as we start with using her, which will be really good for her because, again, it helps her get to her ultimate faster so she can do her ultimate quicker and more often. So I think you should have that on her. So again, one more time for you guys. Ultimate deals damage equal to her strength and additional damage based on your target's current energy. Passive, all of her normal attacks will drain the enemy of their energy. Her effective deals damage to all enemies in a pie-shaped area in front of her, dealing damage based off her strength. It does consume some of her energy, but all of the targets marked, once they die, she will gain 100 energy back for them. And again, your trait build for her that I am currently running will be Steadfast. Their clan trait never changes. Energetic to help her health, get her constitution up. Agile, her attack speed up so that she attacks more to reduce the enemy's energy. Brutal, so her strength is up since a lot of her skills go based off her strength. And then eventually, once I get it on here, will be Focused. And Focused again helps her energy gain rate right out the gate to make it more. As always, you guys, thank you so much for going ahead and stopping in and watching this video. I very much enjoyed you guys being here. If you guys have any other comments, suggestions, or characters you guys want me to do, please put them down below. You can even go over to my official Discord and leave them there. So always join us here in the channel and on the Discord. And thank you guys so much for stopping in. Other than that, you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.